So as I turn to the Borough President, I want to say this is someone who really knows what he is talking about, and he passionately pursued this initiative and wanted it to be an important part of what we did here in City Hall in your borough for Brooklyn, because this is not only about these 4 precincts. This is something I think is going to spread from there and really change the relationship between police and community and precincts all over the city. But it's like so many great things starting in Brooklyn, and then the rest of the world will catch up. Now, Borough President, when you started out as a police officer, I have to editorialize and say, I assume you had a few more pounds on you before your miracle diet. Maybe you had some hair?
Yes.
Okay, he had hair. He's a whole different man. But what's not different is that he believes in changing people's lives, and he did it starting out as an officer, rising up to the rank of captain, and then he did it as a state senator, and now as Borough President. And there is a wonderful, restless desire to make positive change, and particularly to bring police and community together. So Borough President, I got to tell you, you should be very proud today. Your vision is coming to fruition here, and it's going to be something wonderful for this community. Borough President Eric Adams.
Thank you, Mayor. And I believe that Chief Harrison really personified the thoughts of many of us who started policing during those turbulent years. And to reach a moment like this where we're going to change the precinct environment, not only to be more welcoming for those who enter, but also for the law enforcement officers who are here providing a much needed service. And we cannot thank our partners behind us enough. They have toiled in the field of really harvesting the crop of peace between police and people. We're reaching a moment where we're getting closer and closer to that. The joy here is that this administration, the mayor, is part of administration where good ideas do not die. And historically, when ideas come from the bottom to share what makes sense, they have often just died on the planning stage. But there's been a real desire during this administration that we look at good ideas and allow them not only to live, but to allow them to flourish. And having a partner like the councilwoman to really help us move this conversation forward. I'll never forget several years ago entering the precinct during the evening time when I was on midnight, and everyone behind the desk greeted me and said, "Hello, Captain, how are you?" And then later that day, I had to enter that same precinct, and I communicated to the officer on the desk and asked him instructions, and he wouldn't even speak. He just pointed, and it's a signal to me to go over there. And that is the type of customer service that does not say welcome, it says you are unwelcome. And it is the basic common decency of communicating with people, of actually opening your mouth and saying something that can send a signal that you are welcome here. Everyone that enters a precinct is not a bad guy, and they should not be treated as a bad guy. Everyone who comes inside, they're people, not perpetrators. They are about enjoying having a police precinct on a block. Nothing could send a stronger signal is that people can walk by here with their children and feel as though this is a safe haven. If they feel intimidated or afraid, they can come inside the precinct and talk to human beings and an individual. And it shouldn't matter if a person is entering the precinct wearing a blue uniform of the police department or blue jeans or blue suit. We should be consistent in how we treat individuals. So now, with this new idea, this new concept, and really it is a remarkable concept that I think is going to be born in Brooklyn, but is going to cascade throughout the entire city and country, where we're going to finally understand that these buildings are representatives of our symbols of authority, symbols of peace, and symbols of nonviolence. To accomplish this task is the missing piece. We've done a great job of bringing down crime. We've heard the number from the chief. We've become the safest big city in America, if not globally. We've done an excellent job of going from the years of 2,000 homicides down to 398,000 robberies, down to a smaller percentage of that. We've done it across the entire spectrum. Where we have historically failed is to tear down that wall that separate the good people of this city with the good police officers that protect the city. That wall is coming down today. It's coming down today. And when people walk in and sit on a couch or chair or share a moment with their local officer, part of the neighborhood policing officer program, when they make a withdrawal from the ATM, they're making a deposit into the safety of their city. It is the combination of having an environment where everyday people can see the extension of their police as part of the public safety plan. Folks like SOS, Cure Violence, Hanina Sperlin, Devorah Haberstan, Block Association presidents and community groups, Mr. Edwards, and countless number of others are now having this new addition to their arsenal of protecting our community. This is a great moment, and it's not an insignificant moment taking place on the stage of law enforcement history. It's a defining moment that we are going to actually change the mindset of policing, not only to be reactive to crime, but the extension of our proactive atmosphere of making people happy to be around their police and their police happy to be around their people. We have destroyed the saying of us against them, and we've created a new saying that we are them. We're one community, one focus, one goal, and that's to ensure that we raise healthy children and families in a safe environment, and now our precincts are part of them. And we are proud to be part of this. When it was brought to my attention, the dollar amount that it would take to do one build out, I said, I'll tell you what, I'll give you $1 million so we can build out even more. It can't be just one precinct. It needs to be every precinct in this city. So we thank you, Mr. Mayor, for allowing dreams to grow and to flourish and to give the opportunity to start a new pathway with community and police, changing the definition of community policing to include the input from the community. This is a great moment for Brooklyn. This is a great moment for the city. More than a tree grows in Brooklyn, new relationships are growing in Brooklyn with our police and our public. Thank you.
Thank you. Well done. Well done.